There are only 2 weeks until F1 2017 is here, and I feel like it's about time that I actually, came out of the dark and actually talked about this upcoming game. So F1 2017 is going to be released in 2 weeks' time, and it's about time that I actually brought my opinions on the game. I mean, there's nearly 5,000 people on this channel. Can we hit 5,000 before the game? That'd be absolutely incredible. Cheeky little plug. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already I can't even say the word, but subscribe anyway, because we are very close to 5,000 subscribers. And of course, I will be doing F1 2017 career mode and loads of F1 2017 content as soon as the game is released, or well, at least as soon as I get the game. Cheeky. But basically, let's just go through what sort of my opinions on, the game. And for like 6 weeks, we have the same old trailers. Classic cars. We got it like the first time. Admittedly, we saw the classic cars trailer and we're like, oh my god, there's classic cars in the game. This is so sick. I cannot wait to get hold of them. And then they dropped another trailer a week later. And you're just like, okay, yeah, these classic cars, they look sick. No, but still, I cannot wait. And then they dropped another one. And they just turned into DJ Khaled. And another one. And another one. And you're just sitting there just like, okay, I get it. Like, F1 20... Why the hell is the Red Bull in there? Why is the 2010 Red Bull in there? Like, we played that on F1 2010. If you've got the F1 2010 game, we've already played that. Give us a car that, at least if you're going to choose a Red Bull, the 2013 one where Sebastian Vettel won like 9 races at the end, like 13 races that season. I mean, if you're at least going to pick a Red Bull, pick one that was very dominant. That wasn't a dominant car. Where are the Benettons? Where are the Benettons? I want a Benetton. I'm rambling again. But basically, I'm going to run you through all the classic cars that we've got. Renault 2006, great shout. Beautiful car. Cannot wait to drive that thing. McLaren, 1998. 1998? Well, the 1998 one is in there. But the 1988 one, iconic car. Anyone who sort of looks at Formula 1 and Senna or era and stuff like that, 1988 car was absolutely phenomenal. It's a beautiful car, and it dominated that season, so it has a rightful place in the classic cars content. We've also got the 1991 McLaren, which again is beautiful. A little bit more logos on the car, and again, like I say, it's a beautiful car. Cannot wait to drive it. You've got the 1998 McLaren, driven by Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard, I believe. Again, beautiful car. Shame you can't have all the sponsorship, just like on the 98 and 91 McLarens. Although the first two, the 1988, I need to just... The 88 McLaren and the 91 McLaren, the smoking sponsor, the cigarette sponsor, isn't exactly that missed on the car because the colour scheme is still there. But the West signs on the side of the classic cars, I feel like are a little bit missing on the 1998, unfortunately. And then we've got the 2008 McLaren, which, again, beautiful car. The rocket ship cars of 2007, 2008 were just absolutely incredible. So I'm so glad that those were on, especially as around that time we didn't have any F1 games, so we didn't have the chance to play with those cars. And then you move on to the Ferraris. There are 4 Ferraris as well. 1995 Ferrari. Again, not really too sure why that car's on there. I believe it was driven by... No, it wasn't driven by Michael Schumacher. That wasn't even a Schumacher Ferrari. I'm not too sure, because 1995, I believe, was a showdown between Schumacher and the Benetton. I don't even know who was the showdown before. All I know is Schumacher won the Benetton. Like, where's the Benetton? Where... I'm going to say this again. Where is the Benetton? Like, I want a Benetton in there. Those cars look sick back in the day. But the 1995 Ferrari... Okay, leave it down in the comments your argument for why it should be in the game, but in my opinion, it shouldn't really be there. The 2002 Ferrari, though, yes, definitely be in there. Like, I'm pretty sure I've got one up here. One sec. No, I've got the wrong one. But that is in the game as well. The 2002 Ferrari is a beautiful car, and we've also got this bad boy, the 2004, which I believe is probably my favourite looking car. This is my favourite F1 car. The Michael Schumacher 2004 Ferrari. Got it in little scale electrics. I did use it. It's not just a model. It may be broken, mainly because those things on the scale electrics went fucking fast. I mean, they went fast. So, yeah, that thing's broken. But 2004 Ferrari in there, beautiful car. We've also got a 2007 Ferrari driven by Kimi Räikkönen and Felipe Massa. Again, another beautiful car. The rocket ship car era, absolutely fantastic. And then we've got the Williams, the 2 Williams cars, the 1992 with the active suspension. A lot of parts on that car got banned because it was just so dominant. I think it was Nigel Mansell won the championship in that year with that car. So, yeah, deserves to be in there. Great car. And the 1996 Williams with Damon Hill winning the championship. Not really a dominant car, I don't think. Or was it a dominant car? I actually don't know what I'm talking about. It's a good looking car at the end of the day. With the Rothmans sponsorship, it's a really, really good looking car. So I rate it, and I think it should be on there. And then we have, of course, the 2010 Red Bull. You already know my opinions on that one. Why the hell is that car in that game? We could have given it to another car from those eras. I'm a little bit disappointed that we haven't got any real classic, well, not, okay, we have got real classic cars, but I'm a little bit disappointed that we haven't got cars from the 1960s or the 1970s sort of era. Yeah, but, you know, you can only cram so many cars into a game, and you've also got to think about licensing and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Codemasters just couldn't get all the stuff. But then after weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of having all those classic cars trailers, it finally happened. We finally got some 2017 car footage. There wasn't much to talk about from the 2017 trailer apart from the cars look good. A lot of people complaining about the front wings being a little bit too high, but I think that was just in the wet weather shots. So I don't think that's anything really to worry about too much. But yeah, I thought the trailer was absolutely spectacularly done. I think it's one of the best trailers that they've done ever for a game. Of course, you have got running background footage behind me, or sort of around down there. Down there. I need to get my camera right. Yep, but it's down there. It's down there somewhere. So yeah, we had the gameplay trailer, and like I said, it was absolutely brilliant. The only really new thing I think to come out of it was the Monaco at night, and everybody just dropped their shit about that. I mean, like, Monaco at night, any track at night, absolutely fantastic. I feel like a lot of people are going to straight away, as soon as they get the game, try and get that first video of 100% Monaco at night, driving as either Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen or Sebastian Vettel. One of those three drivers. There will be a video, and I'm not going to deny, if I'm one of the first person to drop it, I will drop that video. So yeah, look out for that, maybe coming soon on the channel if somebody doesn't get there first. Then we had, after that, so there wasn't any new career mode stuff really for the gameplay trailer, but then a week later we finally got some career mode stuff, and there is a lot to talk about in the career mode. As you guys know who watch this channel, you know that I do love career mode. I've done 5 seasons on the F1 2016 game, yet to complete it. Hopefully I can complete season 5, but I don't think it's going to happen before 2017 comes out. I will be absolutely smashing the 2017 career mode. I mean, if you guys followed me from the start of 2016, I did the first season of 2016 career mode in about 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm planning to do that again, if not go harder, and try and get it done before that. 2 weeks. I want to get the career mode done within 2 weeks. If I can do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But the career mode trailer, there were some new things to pick out, the engine wear and stuff like that. I'm slightly worried about the engine stuff from my point of view, because, well, I think actually quite a lot of us are actually quite worried, because we've never had to sort of conserve the engine too much. We had it a little bit in F1 2016, where it was the case of you had to sort of, you know, if you were revving through the gears a bit too much and, you know, running your engine in high fuel, you were going to wear it, but it wasn't going to be to a catastrophic sort of failure that you could have had with a car. You lose a little bit of engine power by the tiniest amount, but that was about it. That was the worst that was going to happen. Whereas with this game, you know, if you push too hard or if you run an engine for too many races, it's going to blow up in your face. You are going to be out of that race. That's some good bars right there. But I can't get over that. And yeah, it's going to be game over for you. You're going to have to get a new engine, take a penalty, stuff like that. It's interesting and it is exciting, and it's also intriguing to what sort of different things people are going to do and how good different people are going to be at conserving their engine. Whether people just go flat out and be like, you know what, I'll take a couple of penalties of the season, or whether some F1 YouTubers are going to be like, do you know what, let's just conserve it a little bit, let's just take it easy and let's just conserve this engine, try and, you know, get through the 4 for the season, hope that we can just stay to the 4. Of course, you've got gearbox and stuff like that as well, so it's interesting. You've got the different parts of the engine, so I think there's the different 6 parts of the engine plus the gearbox. The gearbox varies differently from race to race, so I feel like you can, I think the rule is you can only use a certain amount of gearboxes per races. You have to use a gearbox for a certain amount of races as well, whereas the engine parts, you have a maximum of 4 for the whole entire season. If you go over that element, you get a 10 place grid penalty for the first time of taking that element, I believe, and then it's 5 for every time that you have to take another one. I'm not 100% sure on the rules, but I think it's something similar to that. So that'll be interesting to see which sort of people do get penalties like that. I'm sure within the first couple of seasons of my career mode, and of course other people's career modes, they're going to have to take engine penalties as they get used to the game and having to, you know, conserve the engine and stuff like that. But hopefully by the end of F1 2017, we'll get used to that, and we won't have to take as many engine penalties and stuff like that. Other things to talk about in the F1 2016 career mode, it's a lot more immersive. You know, before, in the menus, you just had your little paddock area. You'd be sitting down, you'd have your laptop in front of you, you'd have your agent who would come up to you, and your engineer guy, and then you just saw different people in the paddock, like your teammate, the team principal, and David Croft and Anthony Davison. They were the sort of main people that you would see, plus some sort of computer-generated people in the background. But this year is a whole lot different. You've got the engineer's room, so you go into there, you sort out the R&D, which, oh my god, get your head around that. We'll get to that in a minute, but that is just like, it's like, you have to be a uni. I think even Arav is going to struggle, and he's done a degree in engineering, in aeronautical I can't even say aeronautical, something like that, engineering. I'm sorry, Arav, if I cannot say what degree you've got, but yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even understand it. It is just like mind-blowing. But you have the engineer room, you also have your agent's room, so you go into all these different things, you know, you're talking to these people, there's a lot more stuff to do in the career mode. You also have the guy who comes up to you, a rich sort of playboy, entrepreneur, whatever. He comes up to you, he has a couple of classic F1 cars that he wants you to drive because he can't drive them himself, and then you do sort of like the mini games in the career mode, which can get you some R&D points as well, which is pretty decent. We already knew that from pretty much the start of the classic cars being announced anyway. But yeah, R&D, I mean, you have this bit in the middle, which will, I think you have different parts. You have your chassis somewhere. You also have like aerodynamics, reliability, stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure. I probably should have done some research coming into this. Probably would have been a good idea. But yeah, basically it is very confusing. But hopefully when we actually get into playing the game, it won't actually be as confusing as people think. So basically, you just sort of buy, you know, the same sort of principle as F1 2016. You use your R&D points and you buy a new part on the car, basically. And as you work your way up through the tree, you can unlock different things. And different squares and circles and stuff like that represent how big an upgrade is. So the bigger the upgrade, I think they are big squares or big rectangles. Whereas the smaller ones will be like small little circles or diamonds or stuff like that. And you can see how long it's going to take for the part to sort of arrive, and it will also show you the progress of the part as well. And different parts may not work first time, they may break, they may fail, so you're going to have to do it a couple of times before that part you get it perfect, you get it 100%, and it is going to actually work on the car. So yeah, that's a really interesting thing to talk about, and I cannot wait to get into the F1 2016 career mode to actually discover what it's going to be like, and also sort of work out what the R&D, how it all works and stuff like that. But basically, yeah, I just can't wait to jump into the career mode and get this all started. We also then had a Max Verstappen, so a little bit of gameplay come through on another person's channel. I will link the channel down in the description because I am using their footage at the moment in the background. But basically, this person was just driving around. Unfortunately, Codemasters like to get people in who can't really drive the game properly. He didn't do a bad job, to be fair, but he wasn't really that competitive, so we didn't see much racing between him and the AI. But the game looked okay. I feel like it was still in a sort of beta development of the game. It wasn't quite up to, you know, the release edition, but it was still sort of a work in progress edition. But it still looked pretty good. A little bit annoying of the beeping in the background, unfortunately, but yeah, the gameplay, it looks good and I cannot wait to play it. Then we had Jolyon Palmer in Japan not long ago, given to the guys who went on to the F1 sort of beta test back in March. So those guys got to release that, and that looks like some pretty good gameplay as well. Nice battles with the AI. Also shows that AI difficulty, instead of it being, you know, set ones from, you know, legend, ultimate, expert, very easy, very hard, stuff like that, it is now this time you've got a bar and you can just sort of set it, sort of like how Project Cars is, and it goes from, I'm not too sure how low it goes, but I know that the max difficulty that you can play on is 110, which is sort of like the ultimate, I believe, is from 101 to 110, as I sort of found out. So it's very interesting to see what different difficulties people are going to go for. I'm not too sure. I want to go for about 101 from the start to about 110. I'm a bit, you know, not up to scratch in terms of playing F1 because I've been playing more of the old games recently on a pad, but hopefully I'll take a couple of races before I start my career mode and we can get up to scratch on sort of the ultimate area of difficulty. After that, we had Lando Norris, little video with him trying out some classic F1 cars. It was just basically new content and new gameplay footage of the new McLaren cars. Only the McLaren cars, unfortunately, but they all look good. All the McLaren cars look good in that video, so I'm very happy to be able to drive those as soon as possible. And then recently we had Esteban Ocon, another 50% race, this time around Belgium in a wet to dry race. And that was pretty good gameplay footage as well. The rain looks seriously different compared to the other F1 games. It looks like if you are following behind a car, it's going to be very, very difficult to see. It's going to be difficult to see anyway, especially in the cockpit view. So, very interesting to see that. And I cannot wait to sort of see the difficulties. More like not completely a simulation game, because of course they have to keep it sort of arcadey to get sort of a younger audience involved in the game. But also there is something there for the simulation guys who like to go a bit hardcore and just like to enjoy getting into the game, driving in cockpit view, no HUD and stuff like that. So there is a little bit for everyone in this F1 2017 game. I think it's going to be a really, really good game when it comes out. Only 2 weeks left to go. And finally, the other bit to talk about is new helmets that were released. So they did a competition not too long ago, which was basically people from the public just designing helmets for the game. And there were some pretty good ones that came out of it. There were some also pretty terrible ones in my opinion. But I will get into those in a separate video. I'm going to do a separate video where I rate those helmets from 1 to 10. I think there was 10 of them. I'm not too sure. But I will rate them from best to worst. But that's going to be in a separate video, so you're going to have to wait for that. But the helmets, you know, some of them do look really good. Some of them, I'm kind of just, you know, like, why? Like the 2010 Red Bull. I'm sorry if I'm hating on that and you actually really enjoy that car. But I'm just sort of like, why? Why is it in the game? But all in all, to conclude this video, F1 2017. 2 weeks left to go. Well, I've got 4 there. 2 weeks left to go. I cannot wait. I'm really, really excited. As you can probably tell from my voice, I'm talking really, really fast. And if you haven't managed to understand me, there is in the bottom left corner, no, bottom right for you, bottom left for me, you can actually slow down the video, so that probably would actually help when you listen to me, just because I just ramble so much in this video. But to conclude the F1 2017 game, it's going to be amazing. I reckon it's going to be the best game, the best F1 game to have come out yet. Hopefully, you know, I haven't got that wrong, because with some predictions I've made, to be honest, in the past, I have got seriously wrong. But hopefully, I'm not wrong with this one. The game is going to be good. I can't wait to play it. And I hope you guys cannot wait to play it as well. Or if you can't play it straight away, I can't wait for you guys to sort of, you know, check out my footage. And sort of be with me for the start of F1 2017 and enjoy my career mode. I will be starting that. As soon as I get that game, whether it's on release date, whether it's before, whatever, I will be uploading F1 2017 career mode from the go. And we're not just going to be uploading F1 2017 career mode. I've got a whole list of F1 2017 ideas that will be coming out from day one. From as soon as I get that game, they'll be coming out. So it's going to be career mode, probably like 2 career modes a day for the first 5 days of the game's release, maybe even 3. And then it's going to be maybe 1 or 2 side little videos as well as that. So career mode, that is the main focus, of course, but there's also going to be some little teasers and some little fun videos as well on the side that hopefully you guys can enjoy. But if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula 1 content, and also for F1 2017 content when it comes out. Like I say, I'm going to be smashing that game hard, so better hit that subscribe button if you want to be up to date with all the footage on this channel. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and I will see you next time. But until then, goodbye, guys.